Welcome back to MXTV. Well, it's one of our most popular segments. It's time now for the first of this year's rider tips.
In the first of our rider tips for the year, we're going to cover starts, and in particular, concrete starts. Now, it doesn't matter what level rider you are, if you race a motorcycle, sooner or later, you've got to tackle concrete starts. First of all, 9 times out of 10 on a concrete grid, you're going to have little to no traction whatsoever. However, if it gets brushed sideways as it's put in, it can have a little bit of traction. The only way that you'll know how much traction your concrete start's got is by doing a couple of practice goes. And whichever way it's prepared, most of the time you're not going to have much traction in the concrete. So let's take a little bit of a look at the body position. And one of the first things that we need to do is to avoid getting that upper body right over the front of the bike. We want to try to keep the upper body nice and vertical, straight up and down, and by doing this, puts a fair bit of extra traction on that back tyre. A lot of people tend to try to bring their bum back that little bit on the seat. Where you can get in trouble here, as soon as you drop off the concrete onto the dirt, you get way too much traction and the front wheel comes up. So my recommendation is don't move that bum back on the seat, keep it nicely up the front and let the upper body be your counterweight. You'll know that your body position's in the right place. If you jump out of that gate and you're not getting any wheel spin whatsoever, you've done the right thing. From there, we need to make sure that our legs are gripping extremely tight on the bike. This really helps once we drop off the concrete onto the dirt, stops the bike from going side to side. Very important that those feet are up and under the pegs and that we lift up with the back of those heels and it keeps the bike nice and straight. The next thing is throttle control. Come race day, you might think that you're nice and easy on the throttle and you're just going to idle off that starting line, but come the drop of the gate, when you've got 30 other riders on the grid with you, it's very, very hard to do. So we must remain very, very smooth on that throttle control. Now, on the same page as throttle control is your clutch release. Now, if you've got your throttle control sorted and it's nice and smooth, but you dump the clutch, it's going to start a wheel spin that you don't want to happen. Now, these two things need to work nice and closely together. The main reason that we need to give it extra power once we get off onto the dirt is because no longer are we worried about traction. As soon as we get onto the dirt, we want that back wheel to be turning and rocket forwards as quickly as we can. Now, for those of you out there that are carrying a little bit of extra body weight, it's almost like cheating. It's a massive advantage, gives you so much more traction to that rear wheel. But for most of us out there who aren't carrying too much in the body weight department, there's a lot of little things that go together to make up your concrete start. First and most importantly is to get that body position right. We need that upper body straight up and down, feet up and under the foot pegs, and the legs gripping nicely on the bike to keep it nice and straight. Then we move on to our throttle control, teamed up nicely with that clutch release. And lastly is the transition from the concrete onto the dirt. And remembering that we're very apprehensive, smooth and calculated on the concrete from the moment that that back wheel drops off onto the dirt, aggressive on the throttle, aggressive on a slip of the clutch, and that upper body nice and forwards to stop that front wheel from coming up, and we'll be rocketing down that start line, getting that whole shot before you know it. Now, one of the most important things to do here with your concrete starts is to practice it time and time again. You need to first of all get it right by yourself. Then if you can talk a couple of your mates into doing a few practice starts with you, because if you can't get this right with a couple of mates next to you, you've got absolutely no chance of getting it right when you've got 20 or 30 other riders next to you, holding it absolutely flat out, doing the wrong thing and putting you off your start. Always remember, practice makes perfect. Good luck and go get them.
Well, Lee, another great tip there from you, but when you're talking about guys carrying a little bit of extra weight having an advantage, I hope you weren't talking about me, mate.
Oh, would I talk about my co-host like that? I don't think so. No, look, you are certainly the donut king. I mean, the whole shot king. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Been working hard.
Yep, looking good too. All right, enough about the cake eaters, and let's talk about the fit and healthy women that participated in the MX Nationals earlier on in the year.
This is the first standalone Women's Motocross Championship ever been held in Australia. Basically, the Women's Commission has been lobbying for a higher profile of women's racing and thought that having a standalone event would help lift the profile of motocross for women and for the riders themselves. We've got 30 girls on the grid. We've actually got a champion from every state. Courtney Knight from Queensland, Tori Dare from New South Wales, Christy Gillespie from Victoria, Steph Cutler from South Australia, and Jess Moore from WA. And then we've got the off-road champion, Jess Gardner, plus we've got a Kiwi champion in Kimberly Murphy. We've had some fabulous support from our sponsors. Motul and Pirelli are our naming rights, and just been amazingly brilliant to work with. I think it's something that people are going to remember. We've got a brilliant track, a brilliant day, and yeah, I think people are going to be talking about it for a while.
How's it feel to be number one?
Yeah, it's definitely good to get it back, that's for sure. You know, we lost it to Tori last year, and it's always been a goal to get it back.
Next year we're planning on 2 rounds, one in New South Wales and one in Queensland hopefully, and they'll be earlier in the year. And so basically, yeah, we're just slowly growing the sport, and we'll be sort of building on the support classes, so the junior girls and the senior women, sort of trying to get more girls involved.
Yeah, congratulations to all the girls there, and in particular, Christy Gillespie, who certainly would have celebrated her big win, that's for sure. Now, the stars of US Supercross very rarely get to let their hair down during the Supercross season, but they did recently at an exclusive Fox party. Now, our very own Brendan Bell and, of course, the MXTV camera crew snagged themselves an invite.
Well, I've been lucky enough to make it to the A2 Fox open house party. What's that all about? I've got the guy standing right next to me. He's an Aussie boy who's made good with the Fox family. He's the biggest name in Fox at the moment, Brett Nicholas. Bretto, welcome to MXTV. Good to see you, mate. It's been a long time since I've caught up with you.
Yeah, likewise, Brendan. Welcome to the US. Welcome to Fox's SoCal HQ. So tonight we've got pretty much all the Fox and Shift riders coming in. So everyone from Dungy, Reedy, obviously representing Shift this year, and as well as a blowout party. It's going to be a good night, so I'm glad you guys arrived.
I think there's about 75 international distributors for Fox Parks from around the world here tonight. And over the next couple of days, we're going to be showing them the new line.
And I reckon, Peter, come about 11 o'clock at night, you're going to have 75 languages under your belt.
Mate, it is so good to hear an Aussie accent. These guys are doing my head in just quietly.
Now, Chris, tell the guys out there what you actually do for all these fellas out here.
Honestly, I'm like a life coach. My phone is always ringing, like it's 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
You don't get much time to party. Get out there and have a ball.
No drinks.
I try to look at the positive things, talk about the good things that a rider's doing. We don't really have to explain any of the negative, bad stuff because you can see it.
It's something disguised as beer.
I don't know if it's a party or if this is just the way it is every day. I don't know.
It looks like it's a great place to party at.
Yeah, you talked to Emmy before I was talking to him. He says he only comes in for lunch, and it usually goes like this.
It's like I'm here for lunch tomorrow, about you.
Yeah, absolutely.
The party is just starting.
What are we going to look forward to for the rest of the night? What's going to happen, mate? Give us an insight.
No one knows. Nobody knows yet.
But it's only 8:30.
Only 8:30. Happy to have MXTV here.
It's really cool just trying to hang out, enjoy everybody's company, have fun, and be supportive.
Do you get much of a chance to do this sort of thing? Most of the time, all you're doing is training and riding, and that's about it, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty mellow, low-key, you know, just back to, every week it's the same thing, and just trying to keep the routine going, but not much partying. We're at a party, but there ain't no partying for me, you know, got to keep it tight.
About 7 years ago, I spoke to a guy under the name of Brendan Bell, and he said to me, you know what, there's a hole in the knee brace market, and you're a smart guy, can you fill it?
And I'm still waiting for royalty checks. Where are
they? No, they're coming, mate, they're coming.
It's been a long time since I was in the Fox family, 2000, so when I was on with Daka's team, so it's nice to be up here and just having some fun, having a good time. It's been a great year, you know, we got started late, but we're working our butts off each and every week, and I feel like we've made a lot of progress, so I think Anaheim too, and onwards we should be in the battle. I think if I do my job correct, we'll be close.
Having a great time. Just about to head out. Actually, I got to do some riding in the morning, so I'm an early bird. I miss all the good stuff.
I was going to say, you don't get much time to do this sort of thing, do you?
No, we're always busy riding and stuff, but it's good to meet up with some new people and have some fun.
It seems big, it's awesome, but I think you Aussies know how to party too, though.
Oi, oi, oi. Now I'm with the guy that everybody knows. Of course, it's Cam Sinclair's brother, Mick Sinclair, but
Cam's my brother. Let's get this straight.
Enjoying the night?
Yeah, mate, it's really good fun. We got a busy couple of days out here, but tonight we're letting our hair down. Not that I've got much, but we're letting our hair down and having a good time, and yeah, it's good fun.
It's time to go, but I've had an absolute ball. I'm living the dream, guys.